Tell me what you see in me. Gotta be something different.
All right, y'all, welcome back to my channel. It's just Mish, and before we start this video, I want to make sure that you are subscribed to this channel. Y'all know I'm pushing out some good content, and y'all gonna miss it if you're not subscribed. So make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe on this. Share this with 2 or 3 people who, you know, women that you like or love. Just share this out to 2 or 3 people. And y'all, today I want to talk about something. Like, I really was not comfortable talking about this previously, and I was just like, when you're in something, it's hard for you to talk about it. So sometimes when you get out of it, it's more like, for emotional wise, like it's easier for you to talk about it after you come out of it. So I just want to encourage other women and inspire other women that may have gone through it, and just talk about my experience, because sometimes when you don't talk about something, you feel like you're alone in it, like you're the only person that ever went through it. And that's kind of how I felt. And I just, for my platform, I want to become the thing that I didn't have during my journey, and I hope I can be that for y'all. So we're gonna get right into this video, y'all. We're gonna talk about the experience I had with a miscarriage, y'all. So this happened to me in my life 2 times. So my first time being pregnant, it was a miscarriage. So it was different the first time because I didn't have to like have surgery or nothing. It wasn't painful. It was just like, it was in the beginning stages, so I didn't really like, it wasn't like an emotional attachment yet. It was kind of, but it wasn't like, I didn't feel the baby growing, I didn't feel the baby kick or nothing like that. So it wasn't the same feeling as it was the second time, y'all. The second time I had to go and get a surgery. So I'm gonna tell y'all about how all of this, all my feelings happened at this time. Like, literally just from me finding out that I was pregnant. I was not in a relationship with the person. So it was like, I wasn't in a we wasn't together. We was just, you know, doing stuff we wasn't supposed to be doing. So I wasn't in a relationship with this person. So in my mind, my last son, he was like probably like a year old or something like that. And honestly, I was still getting over postpartum depression with him. So I was scared. I was like so afraid. Like, I was like, oh my gosh, I was just kind of feeling like I was getting back to myself. And then I go take a pregnancy test and I'm pregnant again. I'm like, what is going on? Like, so I'm panicking. I'm like, I really didn't want to go through with it, but I don't believe in abortion. So I was just like, I had to come to a point where I had to be okay, because I wasn't going to do that. I just don't have it in me to do it. But honestly, what I was going through at that moment, like, it was like, dang, I have my one son. He was like, dang, 1, 3. I had like a 1. My son was 1. So the other one had to be like 3 or 4. He was like 4, maybe 4. So I'm like, I'm about to have 3 kids under 5. I'm panicking in my head. I don't know what, I'm like, what am I going to do? Like, I was overwhelmed with just my 2 kids. So I was just so frustrated. I was overwhelmed. I didn't know what to do. But I knew, like, I'm like, in my mind, I knew I cannot go through with an abortion. So I'm like, I can't do it. So I had to get over it. So, you know, eventually I'm in my acceptance. You know, I'm like, okay, this is going to have to happen. I just have to I really have to take control over my life. And I start thinking about all the things that I could do to make sure that I don't go back into postpartum depression, because my postpartum depression turned into real depression because I didn't really recognize it. I didn't know what to do. But then at that time, I kind of knew a little bit more what to do. I had to I was reading a whole bunch of personal development books, changing what I listened to. Like, I was on the road to recovery of healing from that depression. And then, so we're gonna fast forward. Okay, so we go into doctor's appointments, and I'm like, I found out I was pregnant like really early. So like, I found out like when I was like 4 weeks, but you can't go to the ultrasound till you're like 12 weeks. So I had one doctor's appointment. Everything was going good. You know, I actually noticed like my stomach, I started to show early. Like, when you have multiple kids, you can feel the baby's flutter. Like, I felt the baby flutter in my stomach. Like, after you have multiple kids, you feel those things earlier. So I felt all of those things. Like, I was like, I kind of had the attachment. Like, I was in acceptance. I was at the acceptance stage of it. And I was like, okay, I'm about to be a mom again. So I'm all happy again. For both of my kids, I didn't find out what the gender was until I gave birth. So with this baby, I was going to do the same thing. So we had our first ultrasound. I think it was like 12 weeks. But before the 12 weeks, I had noticed that I wasn't like getting bigger. Like, I noticed like I didn't feel like the flutter like that anymore. And I was like, I wasn't thinking nothing of it, honestly. And So I really just didn't think nothing was wrong, but I did notice that I was not getting like bigger, as like I stopped growing, like my stomach had stopped growing. And I went to go get the ultrasound, so I'm all excited. I'm getting, you have to get undressed and stuff. I'm all excited to see the baby and hear the baby heartbeat for the first time. And then the lady put the thing on my stomach, all the gel and stuff like that. And then they can't find the baby's heartbeat. So I'm like, I don't believe in doctors all the way, y'all. So I was like, no, she got to try this again, or like we got to go see get a second opinion about this. So I was like in denial a little bit. So I'm like, I need to go see another doctor and try to see where my baby heartbeat at, because I did not believe her. I was really in denial. I was not trying to believe it. And I was just felt like so sad. Like it was like I felt this baby inside of me. Like, and then for my first kids, I didn't record everything. So like I'm literally in the doctor's office and it's sitting in a thing, like literally recording, trying to record hearing my baby's heartbeat for the first time. And like it's literally, I have it on record of the baby, like the baby don't even have a heartbeat. Like it was so, like it was very sad. And I was like, because of both of my other kids, I missed a lot. Like I didn't record a lot because I don't even know why. Like I didn't really feel comfortable with my kid, like recording and stuff like that. So I really didn't record them. And I was like, for this baby, I'm gonna record everything. And then I get like, I literally have it recorded, and it's like I watch it now, but it doesn't really make me sad like that as it did at that time. But it was like I was really prepared to hear the baby's heartbeat, and it was like so heartbreaking. And then afterwards, they have to talk to us about like my mind. First of all, my mind is not even on this, because I'm literally thinking that this doctor is lying. Like I'm like, no, this can't be real. Like, so I'm not even trying to think about other options. I'm like, I'm already in my mind trying to plan to go to another doctor to get a second opinion. Then they talked to us about the options, like what options that I have. I had two options. I could go to I could take this pill, which was going to help it just come out naturally, and I could cramp up, and it was like other things. But the other option was to get the surgery, which is like a DNC, which is the abortion surgery. So I had two options. The first option I really wasn't comfortable with, because there was a chance that all of the stuff wouldn't come out and I would still have to go and get the surgery again. So I was like, I might as well just get the surgery. But the only thing with the surgery is that you have to get put to sleep. And I never been put to sleep before, and I was scared. I never had like surgeries. I did get my wisdom teeth pulled, but I was just like, I was scared to get put to sleep for real. I didn't want to get put to sleep. So I thought that I would be able to do that procedure without getting put to sleep. And I wasn't able to do that. Now we're gonna fast forward all the way up until like, first of all, let's talk about what my mind was like at this time. Like at this time, if you're a mom and this happens, if you're a woman and this happened to you, like in your mind, you're just thinking, what did I do wrong? Like, what's wrong with me? What's wrong with my body that I couldn't carry my own baby? Like, what is like this? These things are going through your mind when something like this happens. Like, you just blame it on yourself. Like, you literally just like, what did I do wrong? What could I do better? Like, was I doing this right? Was I doing, like, you literally start having that mom guilt. And the one thing I want to tell you, if you ever had experienced these feelings, is it's not your fault. Like, it is not. Don't put that blame on you, because when you're doing that, you're putting this hold on you, and it's putting all this, carrying this guilt. But it's really nothing that you could do about it. Like, some things are just uncontrollable. Some things you just couldn't control. And I had to realize that too. But I really was like, I really just thought I could do something. I thought that I could have did something to prevent it, and I couldn't have. Yeah, y'all know in the beginning when I was telling y'all, like, I didn't want to have another baby because I was scared of postpartum depression. So that fear of postpartum depression crept up on me. And it's like, dang, I got over that, and I was accepting that the baby was coming, and then this happened. And it was like, dang, my mind just was like, it was crazy, because I've never, like, thinking about that procedure, like, you have to have, like, it's like a vacuum, and it like sucks the baby out. It's like, it made me very, very, I was scared. And then the day of the surgery, like, I went up to the hospital by myself, and I was up there by myself. I woke up by myself, and I just felt so alone. Like, I felt so alone. Like, I felt like I had nobody. And then when you wake up, like, it's like I went to sleep with something, and I woke up and a piece of me was missing. It was like, I felt like an emotional thing that was taken from me, and it was just like I was just blaming myself. So I really just started to distract myself with, like, I use my kids as my distraction. So I just was like trying to just spend time with them and try to distract myself from what I was feeling. And what I realized when I do that, because that was my mechanism, that my defense mechanism to pain, is to pretend like I don't feel it. And what I learned with that is, when you pretend like you don't feel it, it's like putting a Band-Aid over a gun wound. Like, when you put a Band-Aid over a gun wound, it can be infected if you don't treat it. Like, if you don't deal with that gun wound, it's going to get infected, and you may die from it. So that's how I see, like, some trauma and pain that I hold on to like that. When I try to hide it and I don't deal with it, it could turn into an infection. It can kill me. So that's really what happened to me. And at that time, I'm like, when I look back on it, it looks just like a little bit different, because now I can recognize, like, hey, it wasn't your fault. And I can say that to myself. And I could say, like, this is the way that you could have went about it, and you wouldn't have been put back into more negative thoughts and more things, like putting things on myself and blaming myself for something that I had no control over. So overall, that experience was very emotional for me. But I did learn something from it. Like, it felt like it happened to me to be able to talk to other people and explain to other people, like, you know, my experience with it. A lot of women go through this and they don't talk about it. Like, my family members, they didn't really like talk to me about things like this, like that this happens to women. And I was like, when I experienced it, it felt like it was like, I'm just so emotional with it, you know. Like, sometimes your emotions, you have to feel your emotions, but you should not just act off your emotions. And I feel like that's in this situation, I learned not to act off my emotions, but to feel them and don't ignore them. So that's something that I learned from this experience. And if any other women is out there that ever went through this, you are not alone, and your feelings matter, and you're validated by your feelings. Something else that I wanted to mention about this is, you have to, like, I know that the woman carries the baby and it's your body, but a man has feelings too. And sometimes the men don't want to admit that they like have like pregnancy emotions, and their hormone, the man and the woman kind of have those same feelings. So if something like this is happening, I know it's your body and I know you going through it, but acknowledge the other person's feelings too. Acknowledge that other person is going through a loss too, because it's not just about you. And sometimes as a woman, when something like that happens, you try to just think, oh, I'm the one that went through this. It was my body. I'm the one that had to go through this pain. But it's both of y'all taking a loss. So just acknowledge that other person's feelings, especially even during pregnancy. Like, a man doesn't want to acknowledge, be like, hey, I'm having cravings, or I'm having these pregnancy, these hormonal problems. They don't want to say it, but they are going through it too. And just show a little grace and mercy to each other. Show some grace to yourself too. Show love yourself, and don't blame yourself for something that you have no control over. And that's concluding this, y'all. I hope this helped somebody. I hope this encouraged somebody. And I love y'all. Thank y'all for watching this video. Share this out with some women. Share this out with some moms. And just spread the awareness of things like this do happen, and you're not alone when it happens to you. You are not alone. There's a lot of women out there don't want to talk about it, but it's happening. And don't feel like you have to put yourself in a cage in your mind where you're feeling like you're just the only person going through it, because that's what happened to me. It felt like I was the only person going through something and not having to be relatable to anybody else. So I thank y'all. Make sure that y'all like, comment, subscribe to this channel for more content like this. And I thank y'all for watching. I love you guys.
Tell me what you see in me. Gotta be